Well guys, we did it. We solved the infamous brake dust issue with the GT350s. And in this video, we're gonna show you exactly what we did to do that. What's up guys, welcome back to the Driver Mod. We got an exciting video for you today. We got another vlog for the GT350. We're gonna be answering and solving one of those problems that plagues the GT350, and that is the brake dust. Now it is no secret the performance brakes on the GT350s made by Brembo do create a lot of brake dust. The stopping power that these brakes give you is way over-engineered for this car. But unfortunately, the trade-off for that performance is brake dust. All you have to do is clean your wheel and drive the car down the block. First time you apply those brakes, your wheels will be coated in a nice layer of brake dust. Today, we're gonna be solving that issue. So first things first, let's get the car out of the garage and get it up on some jacks. So first thing we gotta do is get these wheels off so we can get access to the brakes. Now that we got our wheels broke loose, we'll go ahead and jack it up. All right, so what we're actually doing today is upgrading the brakes. So we've got our studs installed. These are not caliper perfection, these are just generic bolts that I thread in there to support the caliper versus suspending it, which is still okay. We've got our rotor removed. Now we're ready to swap over our braking system. Got the pistons compressed. So now you're about to see what we're gonna do to fight all this brake dust. Here we are. This is what we're doing. This is stock steel solid rotor, front rotor off of the GT350, GT350R. This is a carbon ceramic rotor. Right off the bat, why would you want to switch to a carbon ceramic rotor? Well, as the title of this video states, switching to a carbon ceramic rotor is going to virtually eliminate 100% of your brake dust. Probably 98 to 99% of your brake dust. Second, rotational weight, which we are about to find out how much the weight differences between these two rotors are. Lastly, braking performance. The thermal capacity of carbon ceramic rotors is vastly higher than a steel rotor. Now, the stock brakes, as we already mentioned in this video, on the GT350 are fantastic, whether for track use or street use. Now, if you do only street drive your car, if you were to install a set of carbon ceramics on your car, you would probably never have to replace the brakes ever again. It lasts a significantly longer time than a standard steel disc. Now, let's see the weight savings you're gonna get from this modification. We're gonna start with the steel rotor. Now, the steel rotor on a GT350 weighs in right at about 30 pounds or so. All right, so you see 30.2 pounds. Now, this rotor is used, so we're just over 30 pounds. We'll just round to 30 for simplicity's sake. Now let's see how much the carbon ceramic rotor weighs. 13.4 pounds. So that is a weight savings of basically 17 pounds, and that's just one disc. So if you multiply this, your second disc, that's 34 pounds of rotational weight off the front of the car. That's going to improve handling, braking, steering. Your steering is going to be a little bit sharper. That's less weight to move around. And rotational weight in terms of acceleration, laterally, forward, braking, deceleration, it improves everything. So now that we know how much weight we're going to save on the car, we're going to go ahead and get these installed on the car, clean our wheels up, go drive it around, and wipe our finger off the wheel and see how much brake dust we got. Passenger side is done. This is what the finished product looks like. looks absolutely nasty. Definitely can't wait to feel these out on the street, and I definitely can't wait to feel them out on track. This car's back down on the ground. We are done with the install. There they are behind those Forgeline GS wheels. As you can see, we cleaned the wheels up. Absolutely no brake dust right now. So let's go take this for a drive, begin that bedding in process, and see how much brake dust we come back with. We're back from the bedding in process, test drive. This is when most of the brake dust should have accumulated. So let's see what we got here, all right? So our finger is clean. Almost nothing. That could be residual from cleaning. Very well. So now we're gonna get into the street aspects, drag racing aspects, road course and autocross aspects. Why would a person that drives their car on the street want to get a set of carbon ceramics? Well, like we just showed you, brake dust. You're driving the car a lot on the street, you're gonna get very little to no brake dust, so that's less cleaning. Now also that brake dust, it's very harmful to the wheels if you leave it sit for a while. It'll eat into the surface, and if you've got a nice expensive set of wheels, then you're kind of knocking out two birds with one stone. You're making yourself not have to clean the car as much, and you are basically protecting your wheels more than, you know, the stock brakes throwing all that brake dust everywhere. So that's for the street aspects. I mean, you're gonna pick up a little bit of, you're gonna feel a little bit more acceleration and steering sharpness, but that's about it. Also with the street use, if you're only street using these brakes, you will probably never have to change these brakes again for the life of the vehicle or for as long as you own it. Drag racing. Why would you want to go with a set of carbon ceramics? Most importantly, the rotational weight savings. As you saw in the video, we saved 34 pounds off the front end of the car of rotational weight just by swapping to a set of carbon ceramics. Now for the auto course and road course guys, you're gonna get the added benefit of the increased acceleration, deceleration, handling, steering. You're gonna get the increased braking thermal capacity. You're not gonna worry about the rotors warping, and you're also gonna get to push the tires more to their limit. Benefit that all three of these share is the longevity of the brakes. You don't have to worry about rust. You don't have to worry, so if the car sits for a while, you don't have to worry about the surface rust building up. Your brakes are gonna last significantly longer than the stock brakes. You could easily probably see 5 to 6 times the life of a normal braking system simply by putting the carbon ceramics on. And that's something that all three street, drag racing, and the road course guys will all benefit from. Now, if you liked what you saw in this video, definitely leave a comment below. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think. If it's worth it to go for a set of carbon ceramics on a GT350. If you have any experience with carbon ceramics, please share that down below. Drop a like. These work for both the GT350s and the 350Rs. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Hit the driver mod. We'll see you out at the track.